Welcome to this relatively brief but efficient and quite intense practice for the lower body. Let's start right away in a kneeling position. So come onto your hands and knees. Place your hands in front of you, tuck the toes under, keep your knees and legs relatively close together, and then just rock a couple of times back and forth to see how the feet, the toes, and your ankles are feeling today. You decide how much pressure you want to apply, how deep you want to go. The next time your hips are close to the heels, stay, walk your hands closer to your knees, press into the floor, lift your knees, and then see if you can let your heels sink down. They don't have to touch the floor. Rock it forward, place your hands down. This time, bring your feet flat onto the mat. Sit on your heels, slide your hands back, lean into the hands and lift your knees. From there, bring the knees down again, bring your hands forward, tuck the toes under, rock it back so you can bring the heels a little closer to the floor. Maybe they touch the floor. Rock it forward, knees down, hands down, feet flat. Sit on your heels, rock it back, lift your knees. Let's do that one more time. So knees down, hands forward, tuck the toes. Walk your hands back, bring the knees up, let your heels sink down. Rock it forward, bring the knees down, hands flat, feet flat. And from here, lean back, lift your knees, feel the ankle stretch, and bring your knees down again. Place your hands in front of you, curl all 10 toes under. Lean back again with your hips, and for a brief Thigh Goddess or broken toe pose, walk your hands to your knees, lift the chest, maybe sit on your heels, maybe draw the little toes a little further forward, and as always, if that's too intense, keep your hands on the floor, maybe even stay on hands and knees with your toes only slightly tucked under. So choose your shape, choose your intensity, maybe close your eyes. And then with a deep inhale into the full length of your upper body, your chest, your belly, the side ribs, the back body. Stretch the crown of your head up a little bit more. And then with your exhale, soften into the pose. Let the soles of your feet melt. Allow the space between your toes become a little bit bigger, a little bit more spacious. I'm going to stay here for another 3 breaths. So with the inhale, create space, lifting, expanding. With the exhale, allow all the tense spot to open. 2 more breaths. Blink your eyes open again, lean forward, place your feet for a moment flat onto the floor. If you like, tap them a few times to release. And then from there, tuck only the right toes under, lean back, and place your left foot flat in front of you so it's underneath your knee, and your left inner ankle is close to the right inner knee. Now from here, strongly push into the left foot and the right toes. Bring your palms together in front of your heart and very slowly come up. Inhale here. With your exhale, lean slightly forward, release the right toes, bend your knee, your left knee, and bring the ankle, the right ankle, behind your left calf muscle. Without touching the floor there, with the right toes, inhale, straighten the left leg a little bit more. Exhale, bend the left knee a little bit more. And then inhale, straighten again. Exhale, bend. 3 more. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Last 2. Inhale. And exhale. Last 1. And bend. Stay there. Release the right foot behind your left. Stretch the right toes back. Reach, 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 reach. Come into Warrior 3. Hinge forward from your hips. Now step the right foot back, land on your toes, bend the right knee, and in slow motion, lower down. So come into a low lunge pause. From here, lean forward, slide your left foot back, bring the right foot forward and tuck the left toes. And then press strongly into the right foot and the left toes, palms together in front of your heart. In slow motion, inhale, come up into standing. Bring your left ankle behind your right calf. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly bend your right knee. Feel the outer hip engaged. Inhale, re-straighten the leg. Exhale, breathing bend. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. We have 2 more. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. And the last one. Exhale, bend, stay. Release your left leg, stretch it back. Warrior 3 variation. Step the left foot back, land on your toes, bend the left knee, and in slow motion, bring the left knee down, low lunge pause. Good, then come back onto hands and knees, tabletop position. Bring your inner knees together and rock your hips a couple of times from side to side. Good, then from here, open your knees again about hip distance or a little bit closer so it still feels nice and stable. From here, take the right leg back and up, flex the foot, and lift your right knee about hip height, but make sure that the lower back isn't collapsing, the belly isn't dropping, so draw the tailbone slightly forward, hold that length. Take an inhale here. With your exhale, with your right knee bent, draw the right knee forward towards your right upper arm or shoulder. From there, inhale, kick the right leg over to the right, as straight as possible. Exhale, bring your right knee back to your right shoulder. Inhale, right leg back and up. Remember, the lower back stays long. Exhale, right knee forward to your right armpit or shoulder. Inhale, kick the right leg out to the right. Exhale, knee back to shoulder. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Inhale, kick. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Last one, inhale, lift back and up. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Inhale, kick it out, stay there. Try to keep the right foot lifted and flexed. Turn the kneecap forward and the toes forward. And then inhale, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, place the right foot down, turn the toes forward. With your right foot flat, just rock a little bit back and forth to give the outer leg a little bit of a break. And then keep the weight in your hands, so lean forward. Walk your left hand over to the left in line with your left knee. Bend your elbow, roll the shoulder forward. Take your right hand on top of your right hip. Now from there, instead of leaning forward, roll the chest open. Lean more into the left and then lift your right foot. And again, make sure the kneecap and the toes are facing forward to engage the right outer hip here. Inhale, lift your right leg a little bit higher with control. Exhale, tap the floor with your inner foot. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Next time, keep it lifted. Keep the toes facing forward and sway the leg back and forth without moving your upper body. So keep the movement in your hip joint. Again, make sure that you can feel the outer hip and the glutes start to engage here. Do 1 more. Good, hold. Place the right foot down. Take your right arm alongside the right ear. Lift your right hip and right side rib cage and find that nice, beautiful, delicious stretch here. Good. From here, turn your upper body to the left side of your mat and then place your hands down and come back into your into your kneeling position and rock your hips from side to side. And that hopefully gives you a nice stretch for the outer hips here. And then come back into your tabletop. This time lift your left knee, flex the foot, take the left knee up about hip height or lower, roll the tailbone forward, inhale here. Exhale, slowly bring your left knee to your left upper arm. Inhale, kick the left leg over to the left. Exhale, back to your left shoulder. Inhale, back and up without collapsing in the lower back. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Inhale, kick it out. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, shoulder. Inhale, kick without moving your upper body. Exhale, knee to shoulder. We have two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, shoulder. Inhale, kick. Exhale, shoulder. Last one, lift. Back to your shoulder. Kick it out. Flex the foot and hold. Roll your kneecap and your toes forward. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, place the left foot down. Keep it flat and rock a couple of times back and forth. And then walk your right hand over to the right, anchor through the palm, roll the shoulder forward. Bring your left hand on top of your left hip. Lift your left leg, flex the foot, roll the kneecap forward. And with control, inhale, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, tap the floor with your inner foot. Move only your hip and your leg, so try to keep the upper body stable and still. We have 3 more. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Good, the last one. And the next time, keep it lifted about hip height or lower and start swinging the leg back and forth, again, without moving the upper body, or keep it almost still or still as possible. One more. Then place the left foot down again. Take your left arm alongside the left ear and stretch it out. From here, lean over to the right. Place both hands down, both knees down, knees relatively close together. And then rock from side to side again. And the next time your hips are on the right, let them fall down, drop down, and bring your legs and feet forward in front of you, about hip distance apart, hands behind you. Do a couple of slow windshield wipers here. And then keep both knees on the right side. Bring them into a 90-90-ish position. So both knees are facing a little further to the right. Feet relatively active and flex on the floor. And then bring your awareness to your right outer hip, the one that is resting on the floor here. This is the one that's going to be active now. Bring your palms together in front of your heart and hinge forward from your hips. Just go up and down a few times and notice where you can feel it in your right outer hip here. Maybe you can feel it somewhere else, depends on your flexibility, so just explore. And the next time you're leaning forward, stay there. Focus on your right outer hip. Remember, that's the active one. Press into the floor and very slowly inhale, bring both hips up. Exhale, stretch the sit bones back, and even slower, come down again. Inhale, press into the floor and lift. And exhale, lower. Do 3 more. Keep the left leg relatively passive. So again, it's the right leg that is doing the work here. Last one. And then as slowly as possible, lower. Pause before you touch the floor. Stay, or if you like, stretch your arms forward and hold. Take a deep inhale, and with your exhale, bring your hips down. Relax for a moment, and then let's switch sides. So sway the legs, the knees over to the left. Find your 90-90-ish position there. This time the right leg is the passive one and the left hip is the active one. Start with your hands in front of your heart and just sway a couple of times back and forth without rounding the spine. So hinge forward and back from your hips. Next time you're leaning forward, stay. Feel the outer left hip engage by pressing it into the floor, and then inhale, slowly come up. Exhale, stretch the sit bones back and lower in slow motion. Inhale, come up. And exhale, lower. Do 3 more. Pause for a brief moment after your third one. Even slower now, let the hips sink back and down. Pause before you touch the floor. And if you like, stretch your arms out to add a little bit more weight here. Breathe and hold. Take a deep inhale. And with your exhale, let your hips sink down and relax. Do a couple of windshield wipers here again. And then come into a cross-legged position with your right foot in front. Use any props you need to support your knees. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, lean slightly forward, just enough that you can feel opening for the outer hips here. And stay for a couple of breaths, stretching it out, breathing into those tight spots that just worked. And for next inhale, come up, switch the cross of your legs here, so bring the left foot in front. Sit upright, deep inhale. With your exhale, fold forward and down, stretch it out. If you inhale, come up. Let's end in that seated position, maybe with the eyes closed for a moment to really feel what has changed. Outer hips, legs, feet. And feel free to stay here for as long as you like. Thank you so much for joining me for this brief strengthening session. And I'm looking forward to practicing soon with you again.